I got friends in New York City, 'cause everyone I know left town. That's the place your daily dreams go, where you can't see the sun go down.
Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Sarah. I am a personal trainer and integrative nutrition health coach. I've been documenting my health and wellness journey since about 2019, seriously. Got into it a little bit in like 2017, 2018. And now I've just kind of started a YouTube channel to have more long form content and have the opportunity to just talk more and share more about my experiences. I'm gonna take y'all through a weekend in my life. This weekend, we thought the weather was gonna be pretty bad, but it's actually looking okay. It is cold and really windy, but I think we can still have a fun weekend as long as it's like okay tomorrow. I have a client this morning at my gym. I love my gym. I have showed it in my previous vlog. I'll probably try and get a workout, some movement in again today. My gym is amazing. I love it. So I have a client this morning, and then I'm gonna take Apollo with me, my dog that you just saw, and bop around the shopping mall after. Not really to like even buy anything. I don't need anything, just kind of like window shop. And I like taking him there because it's really good to like socialize him. He loves people, loves being around people, loves being social. He's like the most social butterfly dog of all time. And when we take him shopping, he just like melts to the floor and people love him. So he hasn't had one of those days in a little while. So I think he's like needing that. And then after that, I have an acupuncture appointment. I haven't talked on here quite yet, but I think I pretty seriously injured my back over 2 weeks ago now, about 2 weeks ago. And it was from a glute day that I was doing at the gym. I hadn't done one of those in a long time. And everything was feeling pretty good during the workout. Like I did like barbell hip thrusts, I did the GHG machine, I did a bunch of other stuff that I just hadn't done in a long time, sled pull, stuff like that. And throughout that day that I did that workout, like it was feeling a little bit tight, but not like bad. Like I had that kind of feeling before. And then the next day was so uncomfortable. It was like I was trying to work from home and like sit in a chair, and like when I sit in a chair and work, I have to have my legs crossed or like up. I don't know what it is. I can't just like sit normally, and having my legs crossed hurt my back so bad. So it's been like kind of up and down since then. After that, I kind of just spent a couple days walking, and then I've been doing a lot of upper body workouts, and then very light loading of lower body. So like some goblet squats and then like a landmine squat. Those seem to like make it feel good. I think keeping it moving has been really helpful. Like yesterday, I didn't work out until the evening time, and during the day, it was not good. I was like, oh my God, it's getting worse. I was trying to work again at a desk, and just like, it was tough. And then once I started moving and doing a workout, it felt a lot better. So I'm gonna just try and keep that flowing. But I do have an acupuncture appointment later today with a new acupuncturist. So we'll see how that goes. I've done acupuncture before for injuries, and I feel like it helps a ton because especially with something like a low back, everything around it gets really tight to try and protect it. So I feel like my glutes just like really need to be released, and then just all the muscles in my low back are just so tight, which makes sense. And like you kind of almost want them to be tight to protect it. And if it wasn't tight, it could like, I don't know, like things could probably get worse. But I hope seeing the acupuncturist can just kind of calm everything down and relieve it a little bit. I might get a workout in today. I'm not really sure. I worked out late last night. I don't really want to do lower body today, but I probably could do some sort of lower body. We'll see. But yeah, that's gonna be today. Tomorrow should be a fun day. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, So not sure what the day is gonna look like. I also teach some classes tomorrow morning. So it should be a fun weekend. Thanks for coming back to the vlog, watching this, and yeah, we'll get right into it. Okay, side note, while I'm at a stoplight, currently listening to Steve Magness on the Rich Roll podcast. First of all, I love the Rich Roll podcast. The episodes and the guests he has and he himself, just so many intelligent conversations are had on his podcast, and I love Steve Magness for all things performance and athlete related, but also he ties everything he talks about with sports and athletes to life so seamlessly. So if you need a good podcast right now, could not recommend this one more. It's Rich Roll with Steve Magness on as a guest. Okay, before I go into my client, I just want to give more insight on coaching. Especially, I have been coaching clients one-on-one since I want to say 2022 is when I really first started with my own business. Of course, I've been coaching athletes in big group settings since 2016. I think it's so okay to learn and make mistakes as coaches and trainers, and so long as you're not putting your athletes or clients at risk of injury or mental, emotional distress, it's really, really important that you are pushing yourself as a coach too. I recently started working with a high school basketball player, and I've never coached a basketball player before. I've coached tennis, soccer, a lot of rowing. I come from a swimming background. I've coached people who aren't athletes at all, and this is my first time doing basketball. And the kid's really good. He's very, very athletic, which makes my job easier. But I also am okay, he's in the middle of a season. How do I give him a program that is maintaining, maybe building a little bit of strength, but really getting him prepped for his games and jumping and keeping those fast twitch muscles on? And just from experience, I guess, I know that I should be doing something like that, but the actual exercises and movements that I was having him do, I was I don't know where to start with this. So it's okay to just Google and research and look at other people's pages on what they're doing, if they specialize in a sport as coaches or anything like that, and to not expect yourself to be perfect all the time, because I am so critical of myself, especially as a coach, and if things don't go perfect to a T in a session, I feel like a complete failure. I'm working on it. But working with this kid has been teaching me so much, and it's been a ton of fun. So that is my Yap session TED Talk on coaching. I'm gonna go in and get this thing started. You start with these ingredients. So chicken drumsticks. I get these ones from Trader Joe's. So you can do any chicken that's on the bone, because you need the bones. You're making your own bone broth. I grabbed 2 of these because there's never enough chicken. Kale, parsley, sweet potatoes, celery, and carrots. Normally there's also fresh rosemary. Trader Joe's did not have them. All of these ingredients are safe for dogs, but there is a very important part of the process when you're making the bone broth, which I also forgot to buy when I was at Trader Joe's. Anyways, first step, we take the chicken and we bake it. 100% cook it through all the way in the oven. The oven just got preheated to 375, so that's what we're gonna do first. I have a phobia of undercooking chicken. I don't know if it's a real phobia, but I'm very paranoid about potentially undercooking chicken. I don't know why. It just scares me and freaks me out. So I have a bag that I'm just gonna ditch the containers in right away because I'm not near a trash can, to hopefully keep that clean. A knife. I will not touch it. I hate touching chicken. Whenever possible, I will say anybody else but me will cook the chicken. I don't care how you cook it, just make sure it's cooked all the way through. Okay, here's one in the bag and 2. So, dang it. This one's not big enough. Hold on. Okay. Chicken drumsticks are on. Olive oil going on the chickens. And a little bit of salt and pepper. So if you are giving this to your dog, you can like season it just a little bit, and then when you've like made your own bowl of the soup you're about to eat, you can add way more of your own flavorings and seasonings to it, but this is like the dog safe version. So the chickens are going in the oven for at least 30 minutes. And then on the stove, we have a pot of water that's being boiled. We're gonna wait for that to boil. So while those two things are going on, we are going to prep the other most important ingredients. Kale, don't have to worry about because it's already shredded. Parsley, don't have to worry about. The potatoes are gonna be our first thing to cut, and then carrots and celery. When I tell y'all this is the most basic winter stew ever, it's so basic, I know. Like I wanna make more flavorful, fun soups eventually. I just have not been like in a cooking phase. The last year of my life, I don't know what it is. I used to be like a food blogger and like make really fun dinners, try new recipes, try new things out, record them, and have a ton of fun with it. But for whatever reason, the last year, I have just been like, whatever gets the job done. Like protein, carb, veggie, that's my dinner. Checks the box, we're good. And it probably has something to do with just like living circumstances and wanting to keep it cheap and easy and quick. My schedule in the last year has been kind of crazy. So like when it's 7, 8 o'clock at night, I really don't feel like making anything fun and experimenting. So here we are. I'm actually pretty happy to be making this stew. As again, as simple as it is, it's fun to cook in any shape or form. So we're gonna do the sweet potatoes. We're gonna cut them into cubes, and then we're gonna chop up the baby carrots. I normally would have gotten the big ones, but they were all out. And then same thing, chop up the celery. Let's get to it. Okay, our water is boiling, as you can see. So we're gonna start with the potatoes first. It's my least favorite part because I feel like I always burn myself. Next, we're gonna cut up our carrots. These ones are honestly so annoying to cut up because they're so small, but that's okay. They get the job done. And they're fun to snack on. You want this one? Good job. That's good. Oops, I forgot a potato. It's okay. All right, got some so yucky. Not great. Not great, Trader Joe's. Okay, I don't know what it is, but I have been hating Trader Joe's lately. Like, actually hating it. Like, every time I buy food from them, I either buy it and it's already bad, or I'm just like, this is fake food. Like, it doesn't seem like it's real food. I don't know what it is. It's something about all of the plastic maybe that just makes it feel like gross. Anyone else feel like that? I don't know. I'm going to the farmer's market tomorrow if it's open. We're supposed to have snow. So if it's open, I'm so excited to go. I haven't been in a long time, and there's nothing. If you know me, my favorite place possibly in the entire world is at a really good farmer's market with fresh food and produce and friendly people and families who make their own food and farms. I don't know. I love me a good farmer's market. Apollo used to like celery too. Let's see if he likes it still. Let's see. Want some celery? You like it? That's good crunch. Good job. I think he thinks it's a toy. Good job. Sometimes he goes through phases where like I'll give him carrots or something and he's like, no thanks. But tonight he seems to be loving them. Also, he loves broccoli. Sometimes I give him frozen broccoli in his dinner. It slows him down eating for one, and he loves it. And again, the frozen like chunkiness of broccoli is good to like clear out some of the plaque in their teeth. If you're a dog owner, then you know how expensive dental stuff is for dogs. When he was a puppy, I had just moved to the Bay Area. He had like a weird rash on his stomach, and I don't know, it was weird. It was like a giant rash. No clue what it was from. So I took him to the vet, and she was like, this is a brand new vet. She was like, by the way, did you know he has a cracked baby tooth? And I was like, nope, did not know that. And she said, you can either wait for the cracked tooth, baby tooth, to fall out, because it is a baby tooth, and have the other one come in, or you can go see the dentist and have it removed. And I was like, well, it makes sense, just let the baby tooth fall out, like it's a baby tooth. And she was like, well, if you do that, it can make the one behind it grow in weird. And I was like, how does that make sense? Didn't make sense to me, but of course, being a relatively new dog mom, I wanted to play it safe and make sure everything was gonna be fine. And it was like $2,600 for him to go under, and then to remove a baby tooth I probably could have taken out with my bare hands myself. This is your reminder, have pet insurance. But anyways, celery, carrots, broccoli, really good for dogs' teeth and dental health. Celery is going in. Everything is in besides the chicken and the parsley. I'm also gonna add a little bit of olive oil. And if you're making this for your dog, adding some turmeric and coconut in here is really good for dogs too. Okay, we're cutting up the parsley next. The kale is the very last thing to go in because it cooks so fast. So I wait till the very last minute to put that in. And then you basically just let everything simmer. Parsley is also really good for dogs. It's supposed to help with inflammation. Oh, it smells so good. There's nothing like the smell of fresh herbs, truly. Okay, put this on low. Added more parsley. You can see the water level has gone down a little bit, so I don't think we have to pour any of the water out. And then the chicken is almost done. I honestly like it so it's on the brink of being burnt because of my fear that it's going to be undercooked. So we're going to let that keep cooking for probably 10 or 15 more minutes. Okay, chicken is done, possibly overcooked. It was in for at least an hour. I'm just paranoid about undercooking it. this is still on low. Okay, soup is done for the night. The drumsticks soaked for like 30 minutes, and then I took all of the meat off of them and added it to the stew, and then I added the kale and a little bit more parsley. I'm just loving all of the colors in this. The heat is now off, so I'm just letting it cool down so I can put this whole thing in the fridge overnight, and we will enjoy this for dinner tomorrow, and Apollo will get some too. Okay, on my way to the gym. I have 2 classes back to back this morning. I have 1 client in my first one, so it's really gonna be more like a one-on-one, which is kind of nice, especially when it's a new person, so that's good. Got coffee, which was very necessary, and it's gonna start snowing at like 8:30, so I'm very grateful I will already be at work. Okay, back home from the farmer's market. I was freezing, so I really went in quick and got out quick. But I did get some good things I think I've been interested in getting. So I haven't been to a farmer's market in a long time, so I really just kind of like had random ideas, but got a thing of smoked salmon. If you have watched any of my TikToks in the past, I used to get a smoked salmon from the farmer's market every single week and make a smoked salmon sandwich with like a brioche roll, arugula, salmon, and like a little bit of mayo. Oh, chef's kiss, so good. And then I also got a thing of kimchi. Quite literally the only reason I got this is because the man looked at Apollo and said, "Wow, you have such a handsome dog." And I was like, oh, he's selling kimchi. He might also be selling pickles. I love pickles. Turns out he was only selling kimchi. He gave me a sample of the mild one. It's a little bit spicy, not too bad. And I was like, okay, wait, this is a great thing to have because it lasts forever. He says like you can have it opened in your fridge for up to a year because it's fermented. And this adds so much flavor and good probiotics to dishes. And I love making like bowls with rice or potatoes, beef, salmon, things like that. And this would be a perfect addition. It was 12 bucks, which like, yes, expensive, but like from a local brand and like will last me forever. Pretty good deal. Some other goodies, but nothing like riveting. I got these bagels from Backyard Bagel for sandwiches this week. This is like, okay, size of my hand, the bagel. Pretty thick. I'm excited about this. But yeah, otherwise it was really fun to go and just like see other dogs, say hi to some vendors, and take Apollo out in the wild. He did so good. I haven't had any protein since breakfast this morning. I had that like veggie quesadilla at the farmer's market, but I'm still pretty hungry for protein. So I have cottage cheese and a slice of the smoked salmon and then just some table like water crackers just to get in the protein. And I think I'll be pretty satiated after this for a while. And Apollo is licking out the cottage cheese tub. He gets it all over his nose. Come here.